Welcome back. Today on Real Reviews, we are here with a speaker comparison. We're going to be doing a versus battle between Sony's largest party box speaker, the ULT Tower 10, and JBL's largest party box speaker. This is the Partybox Ultimate. So this is going to be a really cool and fun comparison. First off, let's go ahead and start with the Sony. Let's just go ahead and start with the specs real quick. So the Sony ULT Tower 10 has some strange speaker sizes, so I do have to have it written down here. We actually have four 1.57-inch tweeters. So it actually has two up here in the front right here, and it actually has two in the back as well. I'll show you those in just a moment. Then we also have two 3.15-inch mid-range, which are going to be right here. 3.15-inch mid-range. We have two of those. And then down there, you actually have a 12.6-inch square subwoofer. So I'm not sure why the strange sizes on the speakers. Normally you have like a 12 or 4s or 6s or 8s or whatever. But anyhow, those are the size of the speakers. This actually weighs approximately 64 pounds, and it actually has the Sony Music Center app is what you're going to be using to control it. Now, before we get into any of the stuff on the panels, let's go ahead and measure the speaker, see how big it is. So height-wise, let's see what we got. We have roughly about, 43.5 inches or so. Width, we have roughly about, I don't know, 16.5-ish. And then depth, we're talking like about 17 inches deep. Now, for the JBL speaker, this speaker actually has two 9-inch subwoofers. Got boom, boom, two nice 9-inch subwoofers. It has two 4.5-inch mid-range and two 2.75-inch tweeters. So it actually has some good separates on it for some really good sound quality, plus a ton of LEDs and strobes all over it. The Sony does have some LEDs all around the top and also around the bottom, which is pretty cool looking. Let's go ahead and measure the speaker here. So height, it's going to be coming in a little bit less than the Sony. So it's coming in about 41.5 inches here. Depth, we're talking, we measure the whole thing out, 17.5, 18 inches. And then width, we're going across this way at the widest point. You're talking roughly about, I don't know, 16.5 to 17 inches. Kind of hard to measure it because of the way it curves. All right, so before we plug them in, let's just take a look at the tops real quick. So over here on the Sony, the only physical buttons you can see right here on the top, you have a power button, you have an ULT button, and then over here you actually have a spot where you can open it up. You actually have a spot to plug in your mic or your guitar. You have the volume control for your mic or guitar, and if you want to use guitar, you press the guitar button. On the JBL, you actually have the light dial here, on and off light. You have the volume right here with the pause play button. You can also double click and go between tracks. You have your Bluetooth. You have your Auracast button. You have your Wi-Fi button if you're going to be using the Partybox One app. You also have your two bass boost levels right here. You have your deep bass and your punchy bass. The power button. And over here, you have your controls for your microphone. You're going to have the mic volume, bass, treble, and echo. Then you have a party pad right here, which can be programmed through the Partybox One app to do sound effects and other things. Now, let's go ahead and flip these speakers around so you can see what we have here in the back. This is a pretty heavy speaker, so it's a little bit tough to flip it around. Flip the Sony around. Now, first thing you're going to probably notice here is that they both have wheels on them. So here are the wheels on the Sony, what they look like. Kind of rounded, I don't really know, kind of a little bit different looking, not quite so big. I think for the size of the speaker, they're a little bit small. And then Sony also does have some lights all around the bottom here, some little holes that just generate some LEDs down there in the bottom. Maybe you can look underneath it and see it. And now on the JBL, you're going to notice these wheels are much bigger. Look at those wheels. Really cool, nice, big wheels. Now these wheels, they work a lot better than the Sony. I'll tell you that right now. The Sony's a little bit tough to wheel around. It feels really awkward. It's really just, I don't know, tough to wheel around. I'm not really liking the way the Sony is. The JBL is much easier to wheel around. Those big wheels, I mean, it's almost like a 4x4. It just goes over everything. So I really like the JBL wheels better. Another thing about the Sony too is that the build quality doesn't feel quite as good as the JBL. It feels a little bit cheaper. Almost like the handle's about to break off on the back here. The JBL is a lot sturdier, so that's also a plus for the JBL. Now, if we look right here in the Sony, it does have a nice little spot right here you can open up. You have your USB-A port right there. This is for charging devices, also for playing MP3 waves, stuff of that nature, different music files. You have an optical in if you want to connect this to the TV. You also have a 3.5mm audio jack. You're going to be using an MP3 player or a phone or something like that. On the back over here, the JBL, you have your mic with the mic gain. You have your USB-A port right there, 5 volt. This is actually fast charging. You have your aux in, 3.5mm to plug in your phone or MP3 player. Then you also have your microphone / guitar port right over here on the right hand side. Now this is the volume for the guitar on this side if you choose guitar. or volume for the mic if you choose mic for your secondary mic. You also have your daisy chain right here where you can connect multiple speakers together, and you have your gain for your guitar and your mic. Now this actually has lights in here. When you turn it on, it lights up, so that's really, really cool. I don't believe the Sony has any lights in there at all. I didn't notice any lights in there when I opened that thing up. I think there's no lights, but we will double check it. Now the other thing you're gonna notice here is it has a huge bass port, which is, I mean, it's awesome. It just throws out so much deep bass. And another thing that's cool right here is the JBL also has a spot where you can keep your cable. You can store your cable right there. And then down here you have your adapter, plug in your power adapter. And it has a nice little cover on it since it is IPX4. And over here on the Sony, it's just open. So you also have your power adapter down there, but it's just open, no covers. So the JBL speaker is IPX4 rated for, I believe, the entire speaker. You can splash water on it. You're not supposed to put it in the rain or do anything like that. With a Sony speaker, you could only supposedly get wet on the top, or else you could probably damage your whole speaker. Sony has these 1.57-inch speakers here on the back, on both sides, and it supposedly has these back here for 360-degree sound. Side view on the JBL, you do have the little exclamation point, and on the side of the Sony speaker here, you actually have a spot for a wireless mic that comes with the Sony. It's a pretty cool looking mic. You have your power button, your volume, and it does have some echo control so you can control your echo. So that's a pretty cool mic. It only comes with one, even though it actually has one of these on either side. So I guess it can work with up to 2 wireless microphones. So just after a few minutes of moving both of these around, I can already feel the build quality differences. On the Sony, it just doesn't feel as sturdy as the JBL does. JBL feels like much more sturdy. The body actually feels harder. If you knock on it, it's harder. The Sony just doesn't feel quite as good. It feels a little bit cheap. I wish Sony would have done a better job on the speaker, honestly. I do feel a bit disappointed. We'll have to see what the sound difference is. Let's just go ahead and turn both of these on. Press the power button and see which one turns on first. Sony wins. There you have it. Buy the Sony. So this is what they look like, the JBL and the Sony. So the Sony does have those lights that go all the way around, which are really cool. And they kind of just cycle and change. The JBL has a lot of lighting on it. So this thing has LEDs and it has strobes all over the place. There we go. Just check out those LEDs real quick. So the JBL, I really like the lighting better on the JBL. It has floor lights, not quite as much as the Sony as far as floor lighting goes, but you will be able to see that once the music is playing. The Sony does have surround lights, has all up here inside of the handle, and it does have them all around on the floor. So that is also really cool. On the JBL, it just has the lights. I mean, it doesn't have any lights in the back here, but it does have light up here at the top. So the only way this light right here actually activates is if you put something right here in the holder, and then this light comes on. So just bear that in mind. The light's not broken if it's not coming on. Now on the JBL, you can see right here, you do have a lot of buttons on here that are physical things, like I was going over before. Here's your party pad lit up. Here's all of your other buttons and dials and such. But on the Sony, everything is pretty much like a touch button. So there's no physical buttons besides just those two, the Alt and the power button. And now to mention right here, the Alt button is supposed to give you some better sound out of the speaker. You do have an Alt 1 and an Alt 2. So Alt is going to be deep bass. Alt 2 is going to be punchy bass. Just like the JBL, the bass boost, the first bass boost is going to be deep bass. Second bass boost is going to be punchy bass. So those are pretty much the same. They just call it something a little bit different. And over here on the Sony, you can actually control the color. So you can click multicolor and it will kind of just fade through the different colors of it. And you also can control it through the Sony app as well. You know, that's really where you're going to get most of your control over the speakers through the Sony app. You can't do much on just the speaker itself. You really need to be using the app. Now, as far as Bluetooth connectivity, both of them are the same. You press the Bluetooth button. On the Sony one, you're going to be looking for the ULT Tower 10 on your device. You connect to that, pair with it, and you'll be able to have your Bluetooth connected. On the JBL, you're going to be looking for the Partybox Ultimate, and you pair with that, and then you'll be connected to the JBL. Here on the Sony, it does have like different colors like red, yellow, green, blue, pink. So if you have a color preference, you can actually just press it here on the top and you automatically get those colors. And you can also press multicolor where it will actually cycle through the colors. Then you have your echo for your mic. I'm not really sure what the key control does, to be honest with you. I couldn't quite figure it out. Then you have your volume up, volume down, play pause button, USB audio in, and optical in. Now this does come with an optical cable. You can connect it to your TV, and if you press this optical in, you will get TV sound booster, which supposedly makes your TV sound better when you're playing it through this speaker. On the JBL speaker, it doesn't have anything like that, but in the app, if you had multiple speakers, you can set them up. You can get surround sound out of it and stuff like that through the JBL One app with multiple speakers. Supposedly the Sony can kind of do it just with one speaker and make it sound a lot better. Overall, before we even play any music, I personally would have to say that the JBL has the best build quality and the best feel to it right out of the box. I also like the look of it better. I like the lighting of the JBL better. I also like just the look and feel of the JBL better. Right now, what we're going to do, we're actually going to play 5 songs for you so you can get a feel for which one of these speakers you like better, which one sounds better. And it's going to be multiple different genres. So hopefully one of those will fit your preference for the type of music you're going to be listening to. So we're going to go ahead and play these 5 songs, both with deep bass on. So the Sony is going to have ULT 1 on. The JBL is going to have deep bass. So please just sit back and enjoy the music. Okay, so after listening to both of these speakers, all 5 songs on both speakers, my personal preference is going to be the JBL. I think I'm in love with the JBL over here. The Sony, I'm sorry, Sony, but you just don't do it for me. I'm going to stick with my JBL. Much deeper bass. I think the clarity is better here with the separates. It really gives that crispness and the clarity. The Sony, it seems to have like just horn tweeters all around it. And for me, those just kind of scream. They don't really give you the clarity that I'm looking for. At least that's what it sounded like to my ears. Even with the ULT 2 on or the ULT 1, no matter which ones I used, the JBL just had deeper bass overall, and it just sounded clearer to me. I also like the light show on it better. So I'll just tell you right now my rating basically for durability and build quality. I really think the JBL has it. It wins. For portability, and I'm going to tell you right now, this JBL weighs 100 pounds. The Sony weighs 64 pounds. So it is quite a bit of a difference. You could probably pick this up by yourself and put it in your car. You're not going to be picking this one up by yourself. It's just too big and too awkward. I can't say it's too big because actually you can see it's a little bit smaller than the Sony, but the weight of this just makes it unmanageable for one person unless you're a total beast. So as far as portability, I say probably the Sony is more portable just because of the weight of it. You may be able to carry it by yourself, but as far as the wheels and being able to roll it, the JBL actually wins. Has better wheels. It's much easier to roll it around. As far as lighting, I would have to say that the JBL wins for overall lighting. If you really like the floor lighting, the Sony has better floor lighting. A lot more lights on the floor for the Sony, and I think they're a little bit brighter. I just really like the way it has like these little strips of light all the way around it. It's just like super cool. And when you put your device in the top, it lights up. It's just cool. The JBL for the lighting, I think, also wins. I also like the JBL for having physical buttons and knobs on the top here because I just prefer to be able to have that. The touchscreen on the Sony, it's just a fingerprint magnet. I mean, as soon as you touch it, you got fingerprints all over it, and it seems very easy to get scratched. So that's one thing to bear in mind about the Sony. You do actually have a spot right here to hold your device, just as you do on the JBL. Now, I'm gonna tell you, the Sony one is a little bit wider, so you could probably put a wider device. On a Sony, the JBL is a little bit thinner, so you probably can't use a phone case or anything on that for sure. My vote is definitely going to be JBL wins 100%. The Sony just really could not keep up with the JBL. If you are interested in purchasing either one of these speakers, I will have links in the description for both of them. And if you would like to support the channel, please be sure to use my links, as anything you purchase will generate a small income for the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell button so you never miss another video on Real Reviews. See you guys next time.